So today, lecture number 16, study of periodic orbit in the restricted three-body problem with Poincare surface of sections. It should be Poincare surface of sections. Surface sections, okay. That's so we'll talk about this area. It's a numerical area. So we will remember Professor Hannon. He has contributed immensely in the area of celestial mechanics and various other areas. Michael Hannon, born in 1931 in Paris, France, passed away on 7th April 2013 in Nice, France, was a French mathematician and astronomer. He worked for a long time at the Nice Observatory. In astronomy, Hannon is well known for his contributions to stellar dynamics. In the late 60s and early 70s, he made important contributions on the dynamical evolution of star clusters, in particular globular clusters. He developed a numerical technique using Monte Carlo methods to follow the dynamical evolution of a spherical star cluster much faster than the so-called n-body methods. In mathematics, he is well known for the Hannon map, a simple, discrete dynamical system that exhibits chaotic behavior. He published a 2-volume work on the restricted three-body problem. In 1978, he was awarded the Prix Jean Ricard. So you can see the right-hand side in the down, Michael Hannon and the stability of solar system. After his death, this was an article which was presented in a conference, international conference by Jackie Lasker on 19th November 2014. So it took me a lot of time to find a picture of Professor Hannon. But anyway, finally I could, because we have sweet memories with him, because my head, Dr. Subbarao, and colleague with whom we have worked quite a lot of work, he had visited the Nice and then he met. And that time only we were doing that Coriolis force, where we had established that the Zabe has gone wrong because he did not disturb totally he did not disturb his system. And then a note on that the oblateness is decreasing the critical mass, that also he discussed these two with him, and he made them, he said they are okay, our works are okay. So after that only we sent them for publication, and we have thanked in both the papers. We have thanked him in both the papers. So that's why we have nice memories with though I have never met him, but Professor Dr. Subbarao has met him personally and discussed these, because that time only I was revising my PhD thesis after that oblateness, and there was collision. These two issues were there in my original thesis. So Hannon equation, xn plus 1 is equal to 1 minus an square plus bn, b xn. A and b are parameters. Curious about the degradation of celestial orbits, Hannon began to model the orbits of stars around the center of their galaxies. He considered gravitational centers as a three-dimensional object, as opposed to a point in space, and carefully studied the orbit of the stars. To simplify the task of trying to track a three-dimensional orbit, he considered instead the intersection of a plane with these orbits. Initially, the intersection point appeared to be completely random in their location, moving from one edge of the plane to the next. However, after a few dozen points were plotted, a closed egg-shaped curve began to appear. This mapping was apparently the cross-section of a torus. Hannon, along with one of his graduate students, continued to study this mapping and continued plotting the points for a system with increased energy levels. Once the newer mapping were made, though the continuous curves began fading and random points began to appear proportionately to the energy. Over the years, Hannon tried many ways to predict the upcoming points of his high energy graph until finally he decided to abandon classical methods and use difference equations. Applying a formula to force the data into shape of a crescent moon, Hannon found some interesting results. The formula was fairly simple. Take the older y and multiply it by 0.3. You can see there A and B, 0.3 into B. Then subtract 1.4 into A times the old x squared. Finally, add 1 to the whole equation. This yields this system. These are the systems. Now, number of citing papers, total 3,957 and referred 3,816. Total citations 5,262. So he comes in a very high class of researchers, because it's very difficult to get such kind of citations in our area. Our area is a very area where physics also to be taken into account, not just go on doing the mathematics. Refereed 4936, and the number of self citation he has made only 75 and 76. So all others only have made the other ones. This is the one of the he said 2 books are there. So this book we are having with us. I purchased it. Generating, it's a little difficult book to understand, not so easy. Generating families in the restricted three-body problem 2. This is second volume. Qualitative study of bifurcations. Michael. And so in 2 volumes, he has written some of his investigations, and he has made a nice book. It's a good book, but difficult. It's not so easy to understand. Orbital resonance, let us see. There are a stable configuration in the restricted three-body problem that are not stationary in the rotating frame. If, for example, Jupiter and the Sun are the 2 massive bodies, these stable configurations occur when the mean motions of Jupiter and the small particles, here an asteroid with respect to Jupiter are very small, are near a ratio of small integers. The orbital mean motions are then said to be nearly commensurate, and an asteroid that is trapped near such a mean motion commensurability is said to be in an orbital resonance with Jupiter. This is the definition. For example, the Trojan asteroids liberate around the 1:1 orbital resonance. The asteroid Thule liberates around the 4:3 orbital resonance, and several asteroids in the Hilda group liberate around the 3:2 orbital resonance. There are several such stable orbital resonances among the satellites of the major planets, and one involving Pluto and the planet Neptune. Hilda asteroids are a dynamical group of more than 4,000 asteroids located beyond the asteroid belt. You can see the asteroid belt, so millions of small bodies are there, all moving around the Sun, in a 3:2 orbital resonance with Jupiter. And you can see here Hilda is here. This is the location written there. The namesake is the asteroid 153 Hilda. Hilda's orbit has a semi-major axis between 3.7 to 4.2 astronomical unit. 1 astronomical unit is the distance between Earth and Sun. An eccentricity less than 0.3 and an inclination less than 20 degrees. Although the asteroid Grecia liberates around the 2:1 resonance with Jupiter, and Alinda liberates around the 3:1 resonance, the orbital commensurabilities 2:1, 7:3, 5:2, and 3:1 are characterized by an absence of asteroids in an otherwise rather highly populated uniform distribution spanning all of the commensurabilities. These are the Kirkwood gaps. These Kirkwood gaps are very, very famous. When you might have heard these names. in the distribution of asteroids, and the recent understanding of their creation and maintenance has introduced into celestial mechanics an entirely new concept of irregular or chaotic orbits in a system whose equations of motion are entirely deterministic. Chaotic orbits. The French astronomer Michael Henon, the same, and the American astronomer Carl Hales discovered that when a system exhibiting periodic motion, such as a pendulum, is perturbed by an external force that is also periodic, some initial conditions lead to motions where the state of system becomes essentially unpredictable within some range of system states at some time in the future, whereas initial condition within some other set produce quasi-periodic or predictable behavior. The unpredictable behavior is called chaotic, and initial conditions that produce it are said to lie in a chaotic zone. If the chaotic zone is bounded in the sense that only limited range of initial values of the variables describing the motion lead to chaotic behavior, the uncertainty in the state of the system in the future is limited by the extent of the chaotic zone. That is, value of the variables in the distant future are completely uncertain only within these ranges of values within the chaotic zone. This complete uncertainty within the zone means the system will eventually come arbitrarily close to any set of values of the variables within the zone if given sufficient time. Chaotic orbits were first characterized in the asteroid belt. So this asteroid belt there that gave the 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 chaotic orbits visibility. Now I start with this paper. We started this Poincare surface study with I started this study with Pooja Dutt and myself. We took up this thing. This was the first attempt by us to take up this study. So analysis of periodic and quasi-periodic orbits in the Earth Moon. So we chose Earth Moon system. And one of the earliest investigation of the Poincare surface of section method to discover periodic orbits in the restricted three-body was by Henon. That's why I had chosen to Henon in a number of publications. Jeffrey also used this method to evolve a large number of periodic orbits in the restricted three-body problem. After that, this technique has been used by many researchers to find periodic orbits in the restricted three-body problem. Some of the important contributions are by Smith and Survey, Tucknett, Scott and Spencer, Howell and Kokoi, Tamir and Gurfield, Galera, Coleman. The motivation of the present study comes from the work of Winter. So we studied Winter's work. He had a few papers, and that appealed us to work on his technique. The method was, of course, not that difficult. So, but anyway, we had to. In the beginning, it took some time to make a suitable program to generate these orbits, which took some efforts. But once it was ready, then you have to do a numerical study mostly, which deals with a family of simply symmetric retrograde periodic orbits around the moon in the rotating Earth-Moon particle system. In the framework of the planars, what he studied was the Earth-Moon system for the mass ratio of 0.0125. This family of periodic orbits is one particular case of the family of periodic orbits classified Brugge. Brugge has, one report when he has written there, he has classified into different kind of orbits. That also is a very important work by Brugge. And he did it in 1968. Planar circular restricted three-body problem. So we know there is no need. Only thing we have taken whatever way that he took the coordinate system. So normally I had been taking coordinate system in my work. The larger body we were taking on the right side, but he had taken it to the left. So we also followed him because we had to verify some of the results which he had generated. Then only we can say our results are going well. The Earth is on to the left side, minus mu0. So this is the coordinate, and then moon becomes 1 minus mu 0, and mu is the mass of the mass parameter. So this is the, so accordingly your R1 R2 definition will change. So equations of motion are there. So this is the restricted three body problem. No perturbations are taken in this. And R1 will be, because if you take onto the larger body onto the right side, then this becomes minus. But now in this will become plus, because R1 the distance from the larger body, and this is R2 from the smaller body, and this is the Jacobian constant. So these are all, so your dots have come, velocities are also there. So this is the important equation, and we do Poincare surface of actions. Poincare surface of action. The orbital elements of test particle of any incident particle can be determined from the position xy and velocity x dot y dot. Okay, these are the things which correspond to a point in a four-dimensional phase space. To visualize this four-dimensional manifold, which includes the periodic orbits, quasi-periodic orbits, and non-periodic trajectories on a two-dimensional figure, we need to constrain the manifold by two dimensions. A convenient way of achieving this is to choose the trajectory that have the same value of c. So here Jacobi constant, Jacobi integral plays a very important role, same value of c. And to take Poincare surface, Poincare section when these orbits cross the plane, say y is equal to 0. When it crosses the plane, y is equal to 0. This technique is good in identifying periodic and quasi-periodic orbits, determining the regular or chaotic trajectory of the nature of the trajectory, and determining the extent of the particle's motion throughout the phase space. As per Kolmogorov, Arnold, and Mose, KAM, this is called KAM theory, the point represents a periodic orbit in the rotating frame, and the closed curve around this, they correspond to quasi-periodic orbits. So this is essentially the thing. Poincare has visualized this as back as in early 90s. So numerical results where then we started generating. We have the equations of motion as in winter. So we followed closely winter. The starting condition in our computations were chosen such that for each value of Jacobi constant c, the values of x were selected by taking y is equal to 0 and x dot is equal to 0 and y dot greater than 0. This means that the integration was usually started at the pericenter of the particle's orbit. We have used the fourth order Runge-Kutta-Gill method. This was already available with us, so we had not done any further research locating, but people can use, because this is a fourth order method. We can, if you want a little more accuracy, you can go for higher orders also. But we saw in entire our work, this has done a good job. Gill is added. Gill has made, because at that time when they were generated, we had to save computer time also. So he had made that kind of efforts. But today, the computational, we have got lot of computational power available with each laptop. So maybe we can go even higher order, 7 by 8 or 8 by 9 or something of that kind. For numerical integration of equations of motion, the integration step size of 0.01 in time was found to be adequate. So in time we took 0.01 over 1500 starting condition in the range of Jacobi constant. So we took Jacobi constant from varying from 1.5 to 4.24. Which covers the region that contains the periodic orbits considered. So we changed the Jacobi constant from 1.5 to 4.24. Around 1500 values we have taken. And experimentation, then we carried out some experimentation for the distance, what should be taken between 0 and 1. The interval delta x between two consecutive starting conditions for the same c was done as done for delta x equal to 0.012. Sometime we have used 0.01 and sometime we have used a smaller value also, 0.0001 also. It was found that delta x equal to 0.0001 is more suitable for our studies. With that, we found that 0.001 was more suitable. So this some experimentation we carried out. In the present dynamical system, the largest of the quasi-periodic orbit, Km Tauri, which corresponds to the maximum amplitude of oscillation, can be taken as parameter to measure the degree of stability. See, as he defined, we also took, because we were new to this kind of study, so we followed strictly what he was following. Winter was following, and taken as the parameter of measure of the degree of stability. The correspond to maximum amplitude of oscillation, whichever is the maximum amplitude, that is taken as the parameter of measure of stability of the periodic orbit with respect to region around it in the phase space. So this was for us a important parameter to be considered, and that all from, it's entirely a numerical study. So you figures, those were giving us the from there only we are calculating with the aim to obtain periodic orbit near the moon. So because Earth and near the moon we wanted to find out, we have generated Poincare surface of section up to c is equal to 4.24. We divide this family of orbits into two categories. Category 1 is orbit consisting of oscillations near the moon, and category 2 is orbits consisting of oscillation near the Earth. So both category 1 and category 2 we have taken. The evolution of category 1 orbits in terms of increasing value of Jacobi constant can be further divided into 4 distinct stages. The first stage from c is equal to 2.4 to 2.84. The maximum amplitude of oscillation decreases uniformly until it disappears at, see again it disappears at c is equal to 2.84895. It is not there. Then in the second stage, the island reappear again at c is equal to 2.85, and the stability grows, reaching a peak of at c is equal to 2.9, and then decreasing until they disappear completely at c is equal to 2.9. So 2 times disappearance is coming, 2.955. The periodic orbits at c is equal to 2.954 correspond to the collinear Lagrangian point at L1. X is equal to 0.83689 zones. Our results and figures do not match reasonably with Winter. The differences may be attributed to the finite step size of delta X equal to 0.001 that we have used in our study. The step size used by Winter was 0.01. See, that's why I told the step size are play maybe when he is doing the computational things may be available less, so he had to go 0.01. But by that time we had taken up the problem. We were having more computational powers with us, so we have made it 0.001. So in this third stage, the size of Km Tauri increases up to c is equal to 3.066. And then it decreases as c increases up to 4.24, where the periodic orbits are very close to moon. Because our aim was find out what are the things which are very near to moon. The disappearance of region of stability is caused by the intersection of the central periodic orbit and the unstable periodic orbit lying at the 3 corners of a triangle of stability. So this result was known already in 2020, it is there. This transition at c is equal to 2.84895 and 2.955 is shown in figure 1 to 6. This category of periodic orbits slowly transverses towards the moon. Figure 7 shows, I'll show all the figures. Figure 7 shows the location of periodic orbits as a function of Jacobi constant. These results were generated from the Poincare surface of section. All results from there only, considering for each Jacobi constant, the size of the largest island quasi-periodic orbits in the line of conjunction, values of x when x dot is equal to 0. Figure 8 provides the size of Km Tauri and c is equal to 2.6 to 4.3. Now you can see there, figure 1, Poincare surface of section for Jacobi constant, c is equal to 2.84. Now this is 2.84. Now you just see next, this is at c is equal to 2.84. Now you see this has, now that has vanished. Here it was, this is figure 3. This is figure 1. You see, this has come here. Now the moment you increase C, so we are playing with C now. This is a kind of a game you are playing. And then you see now only the point is left. So you have to do, to get this number, you have to do a lot of, calculate, I mean, you have to do some iterations there. Either you have to program the iterations or you'll have to physically do it by changing them and get a point there. So this is a point here. You got a point. And now you see the direction has also changed. You see here, this was this side. So the pair is to opposite, the whole thing has changed. So see here, thing is you do numerically and then you try to explain the physics. So both the things are important here if you want to get good publications. Both are important. So this is figure 3. This is every point, this point is a periodic orbit, and these are all quasi-periodic around that. This is figure 3, and this is figure 4. So for 2.95, again, the one more will come, so that's why we have shown the other one also, 2.95, and this is again come, 2.955. And now you can see that again, the similar trend happens. You see here, this was there, we were very near to that fellow. If you go little, let's say if you go 2.949, less than 2.95, then that will be little bigger. Then this is a point here, and this has become a bigger now. 9.8 is there. If you go to 0.97 or 96, then it will be smaller. And this is the location of periodic orbits as function of Jacobi constant for 2 categories of periodic orbits. Those 2 categories, category 1, category 2, we have said. One is around Earth and one is around Moon. So that categories we have said. So this is those 2 periodic orbits. So this was our first attempt, to study, but it has got published into a good journal, Journal of Guidance, Control and Dynamics. I didn't have any paper also there. So this was a good attempt we made. Here, our greatest contribution was there. The literature only up to here it is available. This thing. This is not available. This thing. So this we have added. This thing, and you can see here this area, this stability is more. See, this is C. So the more number of this you see, this is a very small region here. So here this Jacobian constant you can see here. So this is actually for drawing this with a lot of values were required, and you can see freehand. This I drew freehand. This one. So because otherwise it was difficult. So you take the values and then do it freehand. And maybe some more improvement might come if you take some more values, then it might come, some more improvement may come. But this is the thing we had located this area because it was not there in the literature at that time. So that was our contribution. Meanwhile, another set of islands is created. They attain peak stability merger with other set of islands and mostly remain near Earth. Figure 7. The figure 7 says, this figure 7 is this, and clearly shows the evolution of category 2 orbits at C is equal to 2.7, whose stability keeps increasing up to C is equal to 3.05. Meanwhile, another set appears at C is equal to 2.85. Its stability increases and then merges with the bigger island. This merged orbits keep gaining stability thereafter with increase in the value of C. Figure 9 and 10 give the representatives of this family. 9 and 10. 9 and 10 are here. This is 9 and this is 10. This is 9 and this is 10. Here the thing is, you generate and you have to think and write them, because we were also new to this area. So it took some time for us to, and still, I don't think as you become mature, you can explain things better with time. So we were, and The book, by that one book is there. There, if you study, you can learn little more depth there. The book also soft copy is available. We can share that book also. Must be having it in. The stability increases and merges with bigger island. The merged orbit keep gaining stability thereafter and increases in the value of C. Figure 9 and 10 show representative of this family. So one of the interesting surface of section is for C is equal to 2.7, which has been expanded in figure 11. Figure 11 we can see. So this has been, it has been shown different orbits. So that this is the Poincare surface of section, and then they have been explained. So this is around this side, around Earth side, and this is around in middle, somewhere in the mid side. So these are the kind of orbits you can see. This. One of the interesting surface C is equal to, which has been explained in figure. The center of the very first segregated island, which belongs to category 2, is x is equal to this and x dot is equal to 0. With this initial condition, when the system of equations of motion and this are integrated, a stable periodic orbit around Earth is obtained. The central point of the second island at x is equal to this 0.460175 and x is equal to this, which yields a kidney bean shaped stable periodic orbits around the moon. You can see here, one is around moon. So one is kidney shaped moon, that is one is coming around moon. So we can find out which is around Earth and moon by the shape of the orbits. That will tell us which is around Earth or which is around moon. This is one point. This is around moon. This. So this is the around moon, because one is there. So the moon will be at one location, Earth will be at 0. Because 0 to 1 we are, our coordinate system is in such a fashion we have put in that. So it clearly is seen that as we move away from the center of the island, the periodic orbit slowly changes into a quasi-periodic orbit, preserving the shape. So, sensitivity to initial condition was also analyzed in some of the cases. If the trajectory is started from a point at the lower end of a bigger island with x is equal to this and x dot is equal to minus 4224, the particle no longer remains in the same region. Its trajectory moves towards the moon but maintains a distance. But if the initial condition is perturbed in the 5th decimal place and integrated, the trajectory moves and is captured by moon at t is equal to this. Such sensitivity is to initial condition is suggested of chaos. So this is what we could say about this. At that time, this is what our with the time, you learn. When you start something, you do not become expert overnight. So the acknowledgement, especially you can see Robert, he was a good, he motivated us. The author are highly thankful to associate editor Robert Melton and the 3 reviewers for their very constructive. So there were 3 reviewers, constructive and motivating comments, which helped in bring the paper to present. So Robert Melton, he was the as editor for our the journal. They associate one person as editor for your paper. So he was very helpful person, Robert Melton. He encouraged us, and that's why we pay. So conclusion, we use the technique of Poincare surface of section to study a family of periodic and quasi-periodic orbits. Using this technique, we have determined the location of periodic orbits and their stability in terms of maximum amplitude of oscillation. That is what Winter has been using. We have divided this family of orbits into 2 categories, namely the category of islands near moon and those near the Earth. We found the category 1 orbit slowly transfers towards the moon, and that there is a kind of separatrix at 2 different types of quasi-periodic orbits around the periodic orbits at values of the Jacobian constant at 2.84 895 and 2.955. The category 2 orbits remain mostly near Earth, and their stability increases with increasing value of the Jacobi constant. Later on, when we could see that one paper is already there, where also the similar by doing that number we could see there to got. So we were very happy that whatever result we have done, that was the correct results. They were all correct results. This was a numerical, entirely a numerical study. And you have to understand the things. As you do go deeper into this, then you can become more expert in writing those things and explaining the things. But this is still one can do. The Pinecone surface is a very general or a thing. You can use it in various kind of problems where you can study periodic orbit or quasi-periodic or chaotic zone in many mechanical systems. This is a large applications. It's a very important thing which we thought that will let us do this. So we after that also we continued, and my student who did this thing, Prashant, also in his PhD, some of his work was with the help of Pinecone surface reflection. Takes Smith, Zabe, these are all there. So some of the papers we have put here. Now this is the second paper. After that, when we made another study, and evaluation of periodic orbits in the Sun-Mars system. Now we took Sun-Mars system. We wanted to see what is the effect of the radiation pressure, because Sun we took as source of radiation. So the backbone of analysis is mostly, so this was cited 14 times. Other one I think around 18 times it was cited. So the backbone of analysis is most dynamic systems in the study of periodic motions, since they greatly assist in understanding the structure of all possible motions. Recently, Dutt Sharma analyzed the Pinecone surface of section in the Earth-Moon system and identified periodic, quasi-periodic, and chaotic orbits. So this is all we have to. I will not go through all these things, but some of the references we have given here. And here again, I have given a number of iterative schemes to compute periodic orbits numerically have been used in literature. Some of them are by various authors I have written there. And stability of evolution of periodic orbit on Mars, other things are there. So the same coordinate system is same. The location of the larger Sun is at here, and Mars is at here. So the left side. And these are the masses. Mass of the Sun, 1.9891 into 10 to the power 30 kg, and the mass of the Mars is 6.4185. Why we took this study was because the ISRO was trying to go to Mars. So we thought whether this study has got any input we can also provide. So we were looking into that aspect in this. The radiation force of a particle. Okay, this is all you are familiar. Many of you have worked with radiation pressure force also. So I don't go into detailed things here. So essentially what happens is the gravitational force is the attracting force, and the radiation is a repulsing force, and that's how you see one factor comes Q. So that does the change. So when Q is equal to 1, there is no radiation effect, and when it is positive, then there is an effect there. So these are the equations of motion, and where Q is added here. So this is similarly the Zabe, and then we have I already used some of the papers there. Essentially beginning, a lot of papers are there. And this is the Jacobian constant. Jacobi constant is very important here. See, friends, the thing is, because the elliptic restricted three-body problem does not have a Jacobi constant, so the Pinecone surface of section you cannot use there. That's the difficulty in studying the elliptic restricted three-body problem. Here you have Jacobi, because this helps you to calculate, because it is also substituted there, and that is how you are able to do the thing. The method is same. You find out those all intersections, and then you go, this is all the same method. So evolution of Mars-centered orbits without radiation pressure. First we did without radiation. To generate Pankar surface of section, same method we use. We put y is equal to 0, x dot equal to 0, and y dot greater than 0. So when it crossing, from this thing, then we have to locate all those values depending upon the need, the distance between two consecutive starting condition, delta x and delta time. So this was, again, we had done the experimentation, and these are the values we have used between 10 to a minus 3 to 10 to a minus 6 between delta x and this. Sometime we need a smaller step size, sometime we can manage with a little larger step size. So it's not blindly we put that. These stating conditions were used in numerical integration of the same method. We did not do research on the Runge-Kutta-Gill, on the numerical integrators. So what we had, it was doing a good job all through our work, so we used the same. PSS technique again reveals that Pankar surface section revealed the existence of family of Mars-centered and a number of Sun-centered, because our interest was Mars-centered orbits. But anyway, during this study, we had made whatever maximum we could make about both the kind of orbits. So here it was very interesting. We could find we have done large number of orbits we have identified. As illustrated, PS for C is equal to 2.988, along with two periodic orbits that lie at the center of the island have been shown in figure 1. As shown in figure 2, KM Tauri shift towards Mars with the increase in C, and orbits with decreasing diameter are obtained. So these are all some of the things. We will see them. So this is, you can see here, this is the near to the, you can see here 1 is there. So this is around the Mars, because 1 is written here, 1. So around Mars. This is also around another quasi-periodic orbit. This is also around Mars here. They look very interesting. So you can see the figure. So PSS for Jacobi constant C is equal to 2.9998, and periodic orbits lying at the center of the island. Now the location of the center of KM Tauri, obtaining the retrograde Mars-centered periodic orbits, labeled as periodic orbit in all figures, and diameter of these orbits, distance between 2 points where the periodic orbit intersects Sun-Mars line. So the location of the periodic orbits is the dark one, and diameter is of these. This is with this. This is location. This is the diameter. So this is the thing which we have plotted. Again, this is location and semi-major axis of the periodic orbit. We have written kilometer because we have written 10 to the 5. So this is in terms of physical unit. Semi-major axis in kilometer. This graph, this figure, right side you can see there. So the location of the periodic orbit and semi-major axis of the period, both the things we have. Location of the center of KM Tauri and the semi-major axis of the Mars-centered. Because our interest was Mars-centered first periodic orbits for C is equal to 3 and 3.02. Two things we have taken. Now you see here PSS near the transition. Now near the transition, again, as you see here, when we are, this is C, the same what I explained there, and as you increase further, this will become no point, and then it will reverse. This was here, this direction was this. We can identify this with the perigee or apogee. That also we can do, and then it reverses here, and then it is this is 2.99935 and 999. It looks like this. And at 3, it is again there. So two points we have located. This 2.999, it is there like this, and then it is 3 also, it is like this. So that's why a lot of efforts you have to put. numerical efforts. And you can, but generation you can do it without much problem, because you can just put a do loop and lot of orbits, but analyzing them is a task. And then you can again further increase, then it becomes like this. So PSS near the transition. So two transitions have come. One is this 2.94933. This is a point only here, and then again 3. At 3 itself, it has come one more transition. So you can see the transitions, coming over here. This one, then this direction is changing here, and then this time this is this side, and then this has come, and then again this has changed direction. So this is two transition very nearby. Of course, everything we have non-dimensionalized. So, but distance-wise, they must be still far off. The variation in the width of the island with C can be seen in figure 5. The transition from C to this 2.9993 to 3 are clearly seen in zoomed version. Figure 5, you can see figure 5. Figure 5 is here. So you can see this. Otherwise, you cannot see here. Now only you can see. In zoomed one only you can see this change. Size of Km tori as a function of Jacobi constant. The upper line corresponds to the left most tip, and the lower line corresponds to the right most tip of the island, obtained by PSS of the sun marks line. So this is the thing, it comes here. Some more figures anyway. Let us see how they look. Here, Sun Mars centered retrograde orbit. Now you see here these are all Mars centered, and what is changing here is as your Jacobian constant is increasing here, and the size is also decreasing here. This is 1.55, then 2.05, 2.8, 2.9, 2.94, 2.97, 2.985, 2.997. So it's becoming smaller now. And then finally, then 2.998, and then 2.9934, and then 3 point this one, and then 3.02. So this is how the whole thing is changing. You can see that shapes are changing. It's becoming almost circular now here, and become smaller also. Becoming smaller also. So we need, when you go near to the Mars, you have to come nearer to that. So that means this is helping us. The Jacobi constant is helping us to go nearer to the Mars. They are around the Mars. See, one is here, so they are around Mars. So they are helping us to go nearer to the Mars orbits. And that is where, see, when we were going PSLV, first Mars mission, we did not had, ISRO did not had enough energy to put very nearby orbit, say 100 kilometer by 100 kilometer are normally preferred. So we had gone to 424 by 80,000. That was the thing which we had at that time. So, but now when we are planning later, we may well even go onto the surface also. We have more energy now. 2 days we have a Mark III. That time we did not had our rocket capability. Our rocket capability have increased now. So we have more rocket. Now you can see here, we come Mars-centered retrograde orbits. We are coming nearer to that. C is equal to this different Jacobi constant. The orbit with biggest and smallest diameter corresponds to this. So with the larger value, we are coming nearer to Mars. This is trajectory of a particle at C is equal to 3.0 with the initial condition is given and snapshot of the orbit at different time instances. A Mars-centered orbit slowly transforms into a Sun-centered orbit with the time. So that is also possible. Evolution of Mars-centered orbit with radiation pressure. Now When you take radiation pressure, what happens? So far we didn't talk about radiation pressure. When you take radiation pressure, then you can see here location of center of Km Tori containing the Mars centered periodic orbits with variation of solar radiation pressure. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
right.
Because here current has gone, so that's why. But anyway, I have the backup, so it will work for. So, so this is the thing about that. And then I will show you something interesting. PSS for Jacobi constant C is equal to 2.97 with Q is equal to 1. 1 means there is no radiation pressure. When Q is less than that, that means it is there. So these are the 4 cases. As radiation pressure is increasing, then these are the other figures. This is without radiation pressure, then this is with increase in radiation pressure. These are the things. And here you can see this. This is Mars-centered periodic orbits with Jacobi constant 2.97 and Q is equal to 0.98. So with the radiation pressure we have taken different values of radiation pressure. Jacobi constant is kept constant, but radiation pressure is changed. And you can see that it's coming nearer to this. This was the important result which we felt it is useful to for mission planning. That the radiation pressure effect can be included to go nearer to the Mars orbit, near to the to go near to Mars. The orbit with biggest and smallest diameter correspond to C is equal to 0.9849 and 9780. So this result has come that with Mars, with radiation pressure, we can come nearer to Mars. Evolution of sun centered without radiation pressure we have done. Yeah, this is one of the thing we have identified various this thing. Pooja has done a lot of hard work, to get all these done. Work was done by her to do this. The figure, drawing all these figures, finding out these figures, again plotting, and then doing this. MATLAB was very useful there. So MATLAB you need to know in this case because figure drawing is important. Otherwise, you cannot study this. This is again Km Tori and PSS for sun-centered periodic orbits without radiation pressure. And now you see here we have identified, there we started identifying the orbits now. Some of the orbits for C is equal to 2.97, Q is equal to 1. Orbits are arranged in ascending order of their location. Their location we have found out their locations, and then we have, let's see, this is the 2 loops outer side, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on, and then we have put the other one in inner loops 5. This as a illustration we have given 1, 2, 3, 4, like that they are there. We worked very hard to compute these orbits. There are around 73 type of orbits we have located. I will tell you. This is again, with C, as Jacobian constant is increasing, you see this loop, interior loop is decreasing. It has decreased here. It was this much, and then it has decreased like this. Here also you can see there the change in two loop orbit. These are without radiation pressure. So they are started decreasing. And then finally they are becoming circular. So the location of 1 loop and 2 loop orbits in the PSS as a function of the Jacobi constant C, Q is equal to 1. 1 loop orbit and 2 loop orbits. Location of 1 loop and 2 loop orbit in this Poincare surface of section as a function of Jacobi constants. C is here on the horizontal line, and this is direction. So this is 1 loop and this is 2 loop. So where are they? This is location of the center of the biggest Km Tori containing the sun-centered periodic orbits as a function of solar radiation pressure. So solar radiation pressure we have kept on the x-axis, and this is the there. So these are with different Jacobi constant. Now again you see PSS and sun-centered orbits with radiation pressure. We have calculated the radiation pressure. So here we have you can see these orbits, and gradually this become, as you are going with the increasing C. This is for Q is equal to 0.9849. Radiation pressure is there, and then 2.97. So this is almost becoming elliptical. So this they start they becoming elliptical, but gradually they come very symmetrical. All periodic orbits. Location of sun-centered direct periodic orbits on the PSS and the number of their vertices for C is equal to 2.97. Q is equal to 1 and Q. So two values we have taken. Q is equal to 1 and Q is equal to 97. So with the radiation pressure, this has gone this side. Number of vertices. It has shifted to this side. Location is shifted to away towards the Mars. That is the thing it says. Because Mars is here, 1. So it is shifted towards that. Evolution of center orbit with radiation pressure. Now this is the thing, after seeing all those orbits, we have to think quite a lot and discuss many times with Pooja, and then finally we had made this that there must be something. I thought something must be there, some formula must be there. So you can see here, interesting, the number of loops in the main orbit. So we said there are some main orbits when the loops are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number of orbits on either side of the main orbit. So with 2 there are 6, with 3 there are 5, like that. So the sum is becoming same only. Then number of loops in the secondary orbits which lie between the sun and main orbit. 13, 11, 9, 7. So they also follows with the 2 difference. And they follow with 3 difference. 23, 20, 17, 14, 11. And 19, 15, 11, 7. And then 19, then here there is a difference of 3, here there is a difference of 4, here there is a difference of 5, and there is a difference of 6. And number of loops in the secondary orbit which lie between the main orbit and Mars. 13, 11, this similar fashion they come. And there 22, 19. So they were all seen. They are all there. After seeing around 73 orbits, we plotted them. And difference in number of loops between 2 consecutive secondary orbits. So this is 2, 3. So these are all related to this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this took some time, a lot of thought was done because you have to generalize it. And this works actually. This was a very important. I was very happy when we could say this one based on the 73 orbits, type of orbits we have located. It's different kind of 73 orbits. There may be more also, I don't know, because only we have we might have missed few also. So conclusion is the technique of PSS has been used to study evolution of sun-centered and Mars-centered orbits. The Sun-Mars system, it is observed that only one Mars-centered orbit exists. Only one Mars-centered orbit for a Jacobi constant C, keeping radiation pressure constant. And this orbit shrinks in size with the increase in C. It is also noted that there is a kind of separatrix between different type of quasi-periodic orbits around the Mars-centered orbit, and value of Jacobi constant equal to 2.9993 and 3. A number of sun-centered direct periodic orbits are obtained, and an interesting symmetry among these orbits has been shown. The effect of radiation pressure due to the more massive primary on these orbits is studied. It is observed that as radiation pressure increases, the largest Km tori containing the sun-centered periodic orbits move towards the sun, while tori containing other sun-centered and the Mars-centered orbit move towards Mars. So this also we observe. Some interesting results on Jacobi constant C is equal to 2.97 and Q is equal to 0.9849 are highlighted. Since the increase in radiation pressure brings the Mars-centered orbit closer to Mars, it could be helpful for mission design, as with lesser energy, close orbits around Mars could be planned. because when satellite can have something where the solar effects so radiation effects can be included there, and that can bring it nearer to the Mars by increasing the radiation pressure. And then we have thanked Robert Melton. He was very cooperative editor. Some people are very helpful. And then these are some of the references, and these are some of the Professor Chaudhary and Manju daughter, and then see these are there, and this is there, where I was telling once that here my brother has found that I had gone, my critical mass with radiation pressure has some error is there. The critical mass value and secular perturbation would. So this was presented in 95 in Muzaffarpur, and it has been published in Proceedings of the Workshop on Space Dynamics and Celestial Mechanics, which was edited by Dr. Bhatnagar and Dr. Bolaishwar. So this here 31 to 39. So here he has presented that. So finally he got a PhD on this problem only, where sun is a source of radiation and smaller primary is an oblatus prime. But that's what I was saying. So this was the paper which I was not able to say that time, and this is the paper in which that error was located in this one. So we large number of references we have given, because they want a good literature, this thing. So around 40 papers are there here, Deep and Rome. Okay, so with this the today's lecture gets